guys, welcome to Indoor Hydroponics. I'm John, your indoor hydroponic test dummy, and I welcome you inside my grow room, guys. Today I got another free sample from the hydroponic store, only it's not for really hydroponic growing, it's for soil, okay? So I want to test it out, do a little bit of a trial here with one of my favorite vegetables that's super quick to grow and awesome, really easy, radishes, right? Radishes. This year's a leap year, okay, so it's February 1st, 2016. These things are usually harvested around day 30, so I think we might be able to get them on February 29th this year. But I want to run a little field trial in here just to see what's going on, because I've grown a number of different ways here in this grow room, but I've never grown with fish waste and bird shit. So that's what we're going to do today here on Indoor Hydroponics. Here's the setup for the experiment, guys. 3-gallon tub here, and within the 3-gallon tub we have two 3-gallon poly grow bags. They do have some drainage holes in the bottom. They are filled up halfway and curled down. Okay, that's why I can fit them both in one little container like this. Remember, radishes are not that deep rooted of an animal here, so we can get away with just this much soil, which is my favorite potting soil of all. It is Ocean Forest, made by Fox Farms. Has a bunch of different ground up fish meal, fish waste. It's got bat guano, so yeah, I've grown with bat guano before, so I kind of lied there. Got some crab meal in it. It's got a bunch of seaweed, kelp, that type of thing. It's also got some hummus in it, so lots of different things in here. I love that stuff, okay? So for organic growing, and that's what these are going to be, strictly organic, this is a good medium. What I am going to amend one with, and that's the experiment, is the seabird guano, which is a fancy word for shit, poop, and feces. Alright, so someone has the lovely job of going and, I don't know, scraping this stuff off rocks or out of caves or wherever they come up with this stuff. Nonetheless, it's got a very high concentration of calcium in it, which is interesting. Okay, seabird guano. It's made by Roots Organic. Got it as a free sample. Big shout out to HO2 Hydroponic here in Grand Haven, Michigan, for a bunch of little samples like this, which is cool, okay, because I like to grow soil as well as hydro, so this is going to be a good amendment. I can also see this being good as a additive to compost tea. The nutrients or the ratios on this is 0, 12, 0, so pretty much, well, there's no nitrogen in it, but there's 12% in there of phosphorus, so that is good for rooting vegetables. So I think this is going to work out really good for radishes. So let's follow the recommended dosage here and get to planting some radishes. Alright, let's call this, because we're going to have to kind of figure this out, let's call this 1 gallon of soil per container. And it's probably a little bit more than that, but nonetheless we'll go with the light feeding measurements. We don't want to do anything drastic here. Again, this is going to be a strictly organic grow. No hydroponic nutrients are going in this. There's plenty of food in here, and especially with this amendment going in. So let's see, light feeding is 1 teaspoon per gallon of soil. Heavy feeding is 1 tablespoon per gallon of soil. And then there's some liquid applications that you can do with this stuff. And that's where we get into the compost tea, because it says to brew it up for 24 to 48 hours. We aren't going to do that. We're going to add it directly in here. So every time I water, it gets a little seabird guano. And yes, I smelled it. I put my nose to it, and it doesn't smell bad at all. Okay, so, and it's kind of looks white, which I guess is what seagull poo looks like, right? I don't know. That looks like more than enough. That's probably way more than a teaspoon, but let's kind of do one of these numbers to it, kind of get it mixed up a little bit. Alright, cool. We're ready. Do I want to take the time to do the seeds in rows? Or do I just want to garden them? Ninja! Don't worry guys, I'll thin them out. Guys, you gotta love radishes. This is 7 days from the time I planted until now. I think we're getting to the point where it's time to thin them out. They're starting to put on 2 leaves and they're gonna get their true leaf here. Planted them way too thick. I mean, really, in containers this size, probably 10 of them's plenty enough, I would think. You know, you want to keep them at about at least an inch apart, even though these are just cherry bells that are going to be small. A little bit of stretch in here on this side. This is the side that's got the seagull shit, and this is the kind that's the test with nothing added. Only thing that's in there is ocean forest potting soil. So ocean forest potting soil, with seagull shit. So this these are standing a lot better for some reason. They get equal light, so whatever, let's start thinning them out. And my god, don't throw these things away, because these things you can add to the salad. So alright guys, these things probably don't look all that hot to you right now. They're leaning over, stretching type of thing, but it's going to be fine. They're going to end up reaching back for the light here. They've been good and watered. We're going to come back for the next couple of Sundays and watch the progress on these, and end up eventually harvesting these things out and testing to see which one gets a better harvest. Amended or control? What do you guys think? Well, you'll have to come back. Alright, we're exactly 14 days into our radish grow. And they're looking pretty good, alright? Within the next week or two, they're going to start putting on some the energy to the actual radish in and of itself. Right now, got some good leaf structure going on type of thing. Right now, I actually kind of sort of see a difference on the seagull side. I mean, the plants look healthier over here for some odd reason. I don't know why, but I don't know. Let's continue the grow. 3 weeks, exactly 3 weeks into the grow of our radishes, and I think you guys can see why radishes grow so fast. Because they do. Look at this, 3 weeks of growth. That's amazing how fast these things take on. Keep them good and watered. There's been no fertilization other than the seagull shit. But beyond that, all is looking well at this point. I think in about a week and a half, 2 weeks at the most, we're going to be harvesting some radishes. We'll be able to take a look at the final product, the plant, and the weigh-in. Alright guys, and here we are for an exciting reveal on week 4. Look at these plants. They look absolutely positively amazing, don't they? Look at this. Look at this top growth on these radishes. It's unbelievable. 4 weeks and you guys are going to get some monster, awesome growth. Now let's check out the results of our experiment here. Check this out. You see that? I'll explain what that is right now. Check that out. You see that, guys? You see what that is? That's the radish. And the radish is supposed to be in the soil. And you remember those tall, leggy seedlings that we started with? Well, this is the result of it. Doesn't matter how you grow, if you don't start off with a strong, healthy seedling, you're not going to get a good plant. And that's what we got going on here, guys. Tall, leggy seedlings, probably packed too dense in a small container type of thing. We need to redo this because the radishes are above the soil. I'd imagine if we let it go for a little longer, these things would bulb up and come out. But you know what? No big deal. We're not going to put this to waste. We waste not and we want not. Actually, this is a really good fail, okay? And the reason I say it's a good fail is we like to get a lot of greens in the juicer type of thing. This is a good way of getting greens in us. And so I'm actually going to juice these greens. This is good stuff. You can juice your radishes type of thing. It has a nice peppery type flavor to it. And it's got a lot of nutrients, nutrition, and good healthy green leaves here going on. So I'm actually pretty happy with this grow. In fact, even if you didn't get a radish off of this and you're a juicing person, this would be an ideal thing to do inside because it grows faster than lettuce and it has a lot of nutrients in it. Secondly, all we have to do is obviously juice this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to replant this. We're not going to ninja sow it. We're only going to do about 4 plants per pot in here. We're going to redo the whole experiment using the Seagull fertilizer against regular potting soil, see how that works out. But this time we're going to get the lights a lot closer, a lot faster, okay, so we don't have those long leggy seedlings. Long leggy seedlings really messed this grow up, and I think overcrowding messed it up too. So we'll probably end up with four radishes per each container here, 8 radishes. I know, not a lot, but that's okay. It's a small bucket. Right now, I think I got way too aggressive on this, okay? So let's do some juicing. Radish leaves, 1 apple, 1 carrot. Here's to looking up your skirt. That's actually really good. So the radish leaves are really mild, much milder than the kale that I've been growing. The kale tastes like barnyard grass, dude. It's an acquired taste. I choke it down. It's good stuff. But this is actually really good. You can't even really taste it. The apple, it tastes mostly like apple, little hint of a carrot, but that's it. And not bitter, just sweet enough. I could get used to this. This is good stuff. What a good fail. All right. Let's get back to this experiment and let's actually grow some radishes. All right, what do you think? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, guys. So I really blew this experiment in so many ways possible. Even though I was able to take in some of those radish greens, I did something really stupid. I planted all the radishes in those 2 small containers and then just thinned them out. And I don't have any radishes in the house. Now I could go and buy a new pack, but you know what? What the heck? I'll try something different. What we have here is 2 bags cut in half, and we've got the same potting soil in there. This one has the seagull feces, seagull poo in it, okay, at the same measured rate as what I did before. Instead of going with radishes, I'm going with something a little bit more long-term. Bull's blood beets. Beet tops are really good to juice and really good to put in salads. And in addition, in about 60 days or less, I'm hoping less, we'll have some good sized beets going on in there. What I did was I planted them in 2s at each corner of the bag. And so there's 8 seeds in here. I'm going to take the strongest of each pairing. So there's going to be 4 beets growing in each one of these small bags. I think that will limit the crowding. These are going to be sitting directly underneath that metal halide, so I think we're going to get good strong seedlings. I got it off the floor quite a bit, so we should get some good seedlings, some good growth, that type of thing. So let's come back and redo this experiment here on Indoor Hydroponics, where I don't only post my successes, but I post my failures. Thanks, guys.